Okay, so this is Ronke Poshe. How are you doing? So I'm back to talk about school business. School business, school business, school business. So why am I even doing this? Number one, I want to help. I really do want to help because I know that I get these questions a lot, and I was in that place where I needed information. And even sometimes I still do need information, and it's hard to find. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I want to answer the people that are asking. I want us to have a better educational system in Nigeria, for us to be able to collaborate and work, together as schools, to be able to bring out the best in our children and create better citizens. I'm still very optimistic that things are going to get better in Nigeria, as hard as it is, as hard as it seems. And then I love creating videos. That's another reason I love creating videos. And so I'm using my new camera, my new Canon camera, G7X. So yeah, so that's another reason. Another reason is that when I'm stressed and I just pick up my camera and do a video or a reel on Instagram, it really distresses me. Yes, it really does distress me. So today it's Friday. We're gonna have a long weekend, bank public holiday weekend. So I'm going to have a very nice long holiday. I'll be creating lots of videos, so make sure you stay tuned. And I'm going to be updating my channel, making sure that everything makes sense, arranging all the videos and stuff like that. So let's get to it, shall we? So today we'll be talking about school business in terms of the teachers and the values of the school. So oftentimes people talk about teachers. They want to find good teachers. They talk about the quality of the teachers. And to be honest, even I fear about the quality of the teachers that we have in Nigeria. Oftentimes you would see somebody post something on social media, maybe a comment that they've left on a child's book, or perhaps a typographical or grammatical error they've made in a child's book, and I fear it. That's one of my greatest fears in the whole wide world, that somebody will write something so bad and somebody will put it on social media. I fear it. I detest it for my sake and for the sake of anybody else. It's something that should not be found amongst teachers. Yes, we understand the odd typo, but we know when the grammatical errors are bad. And English, they will tell you in Nigeria, it's not our mother tongue. It's not our mother tongue. Oh, this and that and the other. But I keep saying that until we pick up Pidgin English or any alternative, then we have no choice but to ensure that we speak properly and write properly. So people write the social media way in the notebooks of the children. Can you imagine that? People can't comprehend. They can't write creatively. They can't put a sentence together. Sentence formation is a challenge. Right? They just can't write. They just can't write well. Nobody's looking for perfection, but we are looking for competency. We are looking for people that want to make progress and grow. So I used to wonder why a graduate won't be able to write well. But as I spend more time in Nigeria and realize how much and how rife examination malpractice is in Nigeria, right down to secondary schools and even now the odd primary school cheats, then I realized why we have what we have. How a lot of people cannot even put a sentence together. A lot of people can't spell. I got to the point where I had to start giving tests to teachers, year 4 words, and many of them can't spell it. Can't spell words like Tuesday. Imagine that. And they're teaching. And it's very common all around. We're in trouble. Big trouble in this Nigeria. But we don't know. We don't know. People say we're sitting on a gunpowder cake. We're sitting on. There's no cake we're sitting on. Everything has exploded. This one is now a case of the survival of the fittest. And so when parents are so lackadaisical and they just drop their children in school and they say because they've paid millions here and there, it's okay. Even in the so-called elite schools, you will still find teachers making typographical error. How do I know? I've worked in 1 or 2, and also I have had children. I've had children that I know and have in these schools, and the teachers still make these errors. No matter how great the owner of the school is, no matter how well they write, they can't control the teachers. And no matter what you go and look for, you're still going to be pulling from the same pool. This is not to say every teacher doesn't write well, don't get me wrong. There are teachers that write down well, but many don't write well. Many teachers can't write a report. They can't write a report, and that's why you'd find that many report cards now, they are tick sheets or grades. To write the comment is a challenge, it's a struggle, it's a big struggle. And we've had that issue here when I didn't realize that teachers couldn't write reports, and we had to go through training. So now you find out when you set up a school, you have to constantly train. I don't know how people set up schools and say,
not in education. I'm not an educator. Just a business for me. I'm going to get people that.
Go and get them to do it, and you see the mess that they make. You see, things in Nigeria are different. Things in Nigeria are very different. And in the case where you have a lot of quality control, there's some schools like that they will have quality control managers to check the notebooks of schools. You find that they stifle creativity, because what they do is they will dictate what is to be taught to the children, how the lessons notes should look like, the worksheets. So you find that if you go from class to class, child to child, the notes are exactly the same. There's no mind mapping, there's no creativity, there's no write your own thoughts. It's exactly the same way, so that they can be sure that every word that goes into the child's book and every worksheet that goes into the child's book is exactly the same. Okay, that might remove a lot of flaws, but it doesn't allow the teachers to grow, and it doesn't allow them to be creative, and everybody is doing exactly the same thing, which is boring in my own opinion, because there will have many creative teachers that have a lot to do and a lot to give, but because people dictate to them what they should do, then there are problems there. So let's move away from the quality of those teachers. The quality of teachers are poor. You can go through 100 CVs and not even find a single one. It's such a mammoth task. So when you bring them in, right down to etiquette, you have to train. You have to do a lot of orientation. Oftentimes you have to do this. No matter the teacher, no matter the amount of money, let them go through a process, which is your own process in your school, training and development, orientation. Let them go through that process, because a lot of people might not have a lot of experience in the schools, with schools and stuff. So they don't bring anybody and they come and behave anyway. You know, even if you have a trained teacher, there is a culture that you want in your school. So you want everybody to absorb that culture, implement that culture, diffuse that culture. So you want that totally. So say for example at Poshe school, it's fun all the way. So if you're someone that can't even climb a swing or a slide, you might struggle here, because fun is part of our core values. Quality service, leadership. So you need to be able to put together your core values and see that people that you hire, the teachers that you hire, can they run with it? A lot of teachers are here for the salary. A lot of them are here for the salary. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to values in this. So values is going to be another video, because this video going to get too long. So let's just stick to talking about teachers. So when you want to hire teachers, you find that you use agents, recruiters, and all sorts. One of the most difficult things to find is a school administrator. And a lot of people think that when they're teachers and they've taught in the school for 10 years or however many years, they can just go and start a business as someone that owns a school. They want to run a school. You see, I went to business school and I worked in the bank and I worked with telecoms. So I've garnered a lot of experience before I went back to education. And whilst it looks convoluted, it's the best thing ever. To actually have experience in business, even customer services will help, because you find a lot of teachers, when they start running schools, they don't even know how to relate. They don't have interpersonal skills outside of the classroom. They don't know how to deal with other students. So you find that you're one of those people that maybe you're just a teacher and you want to start a school. I will suggest that you go to business school, even if it's 1 month course, 6 month course. Go and learn about business, how to handle your books, you know, so many things that you can do that you don't always have to call somebody in. You can actually have that eagle's eyes, and that level of professionalism is there. You know, you learn about confidentiality, data protection, human resources, human capital development, training, and all sorts of things that you will learn in business. So I always suggest, because it really does help a lot. Check online, read, study. I mean, there are even some free courses, but I'm not a fan of just sticking to free courses all the time. Some people watch this video and believe that, okay, they've learned everything about school business. You're in, but I've been on Poshe's channel and I've learned everything. She has so many videos there, and it's good, but I'm not even giving you half. What is half? I'm not even giving you a tenth of the information through this video. That it's a lot deeper than this. It's just to give you an idea and to make you begin to think and know that when you want to start this school business, it's not child's play. It's really It's really, really deep, and there's a lot of things that you need to do, and you have to take responsibility for a lot of things. Now, having said that, there are many WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups where people advertise for schools, for school leaders. They advertise all sorts of things, and people go there, drop their CVs. And I find a lot of the WhatsApp groups, many of them have really, because I've tried recruiting through WhatsApp group, I tell you, it's ugly. It's ugly, and I belong to many, if not most, of the very good WhatsApp groups. But you find the quality of people that come there and send their CVs. Whew. But let me not blame the groups, to be honest. Let me just say it's the quality of the training and that we have in Nigeria. I used to respect the PGDE a lot, and then one day, whilst I was doing one of these qualifications, because I wanted to register at the school and I was asked to do it, I didn't want to go back to the UK where I have most of my certifications. I said, okay, I'll just do it here. And I realized that even the teachers don't expect you to do your work. They'll tell you, madam, is it because of 5,000, 10,000 that you're going to carry cardboard up and down? That's when I do my projects. Or in the classroom, when they have tests, they cheat. They take your paper off you once you say you're finished. They cheat. Lecturers will come into the classroom and they will dictate, because people in the classroom would have donated money apparently, and they will tell you the answers. So it's not even something I put on my CV, because I don't really feel as if it was merited, because even if you go and write in an examination and you know you've studied, if you find that maybe you got stuck somewhere and someone comes into the classroom and dictates the answers and you heard it, will you unhear it? Do you understand what I mean? So, I mean, it's a bit tricky in Nigeria educational system. We really have to do a lot with malpractice, because you'll find even on social media people saying everybody does it, and that's why they find it easy to, do the same with the pupils in the classroom, with the students in the classroom, and then they take it to the workplace, and the vicious cycle continues and continues and continues, because our values are eroded. It's so challenging in Nigeria, I tell you. It's really, really challenging. So what are we going to do about it? So another thing that you need to know about teachers, when they come beyond the training, you really need to draw them close to you, because I've heard a lot of stories. While some of them may be closer than normal, because some of them may have happened here, where you have people with ulterior motives or agendas, with time you get sharper. I got sharper with time, because when I came to Lagos and started the school, I thought everybody was human and everybody was humanity. I didn't realize that evil also exists, manipulative people exist, people that you have to push to do their jobs. And I'm not talking about our own job has to do with human beings, so I wouldn't expect to push you to love a child and do your lesson plans and stuff like that. But you find that those things happen, so you have to be close to the details and begin to know, as you interact with them, you know where to develop the teachers, and then as you recruit, then you begin to understand who your tribe is really. Is this person my tribe? Will they align? Is there a potential to develop this person to align with the core values of the school, which include fun, leadership, quality service, child-centeredness, and the likes? Can this person rise up to that occasion? That's very, very important. Many issues that you find in the workplace, you find it in school. So people believing that they're better than others, some people with self-esteem issues, some people who can't face up with the parents because they have very low confidence levels. You find that some teachers will take bribes from parents. Not here, that one cannot happen here, because we have a structure, and that's why structure and systems are very, very important. Whilst we allow parents to give gifts, they are at certain times. So bribery, corruption, paying money to get your child to do better, or extra attention, all those sort of things can't happen here, but they do happen in many Nigerian schools. We hear about it all the time. You even hear people say that they top up their child's teachers' phones. That's a way of them to boost their morale, to do well with their children. You see, a good teacher doesn't need that. A good teacher that is paid will do their job regardless of any incentive that they get from the parents. And that's what we need to realize, that a good teacher will do that. As your school grows, you begin to see that people come and drop their CVs by themselves. They would you will check online and see your school and your values and what you stand for. They will send CVs, they will ask questions via social media. Do less of the looking around for teachers, because they will be coming to you because they like what they see, they like your school. Whereas when you start and nobody knows you, it's a mammoth task, so you're asking here and there, here and there, here and there. As time goes on, it gets easier, it gets easier, it gets easier. And also, people tell you have teachers that will never advertise your school, and then you have some that will be very, very proud that they are members of your school. That's because they don't know what they do not know. So there are many challenges that we have like that when it comes to teacher quality and recruiting teachers. So right down to handwriting, how they mark, how they spell, how they speak, their voice, their diction, how they carry themselves, because the strength of your school lies in the quality of the teachers that you hire. The strength of your school lies in the quality of the teachers that you hire. So don't compromise and get one teacher because you want to pay a very low wage. You bring the teachers on board. They will not be able to challenge the children. Now, you think about it. Can your teacher make the children in the class become heroes? Can they bring out a Wole Soyinka, a Chimamanda, a Ronke Poshe? You know, can they bring out you from the classroom? Do they have the capacity to do that? Can they make that child great? Are they driven? Are they motivated? Can they communicate? Do they think critically? Are they problem solvers? Who are the kind of people? But if you get all those very cheap people that don't know how to do their work well, then you will have challenges. So this video is getting longer and longer and longer. So if you have questions and that you want me to touch on, as usual, just drop it in the comment section and I'll create a video when I get the time. Over the next couple of days, we're going to have some public holidays, so I'll get to do more videos. But training and development, recruitment, aligning with values, very, very, very important when it comes to teachers in Nigeria. Your conflict resolution process, ensuring that your teachers in your school, that they're happy, they have a staff room, a staff area, a restroom, they get appraised, they get they're happy. You know, you go for team bonding events. Recently we had a team bonding event in our school where we went to the beach and we had an awesome time. There should be transparency. You should be able to talk to them. They should be able to talk to you. Get to know them, whilst not too personally. I mean, there's no crime in it personally, but sometimes you just want to keep things professional. But at the same time, you just want to be a middle ground, so it doesn't look like you're working with a robot. You want to know about their kids. You know, sometimes, like during the COVID, we had a teacher whose children were not in school and she was teaching here, and obviously nobody's going to be happy with that. So we had to bring her own children on board online school. But if we didn't talk to her and try and find out and sound off, you know, you want to know about the mental, emotional health as well. And you just have to be there. There are groups that you can have in your school to ensure that you guys are constantly communicating, constantly training, and constantly developing people, especially how they communicate, behavior management, how they relate with the children. You know, you've heard of teachers flogging 2-year-olds 24 times. All those sort of things may seem like common sense that people should not do, but nothing is common sense when it comes to working with children. So the best thing is to have your handbook and put all your rules, your regulations, your policies, everything in there. Get them to read it, get them to sign it, get them to assess them to the point where nobody can, there's no excuse for incompetence or malpractice as much as possible. So those are the things, and I hope that you found value in this video. If you have questions, do ask me. I hope it was good. Let me know how I can do better with this video. Thank you so much. I hope you like the quality better with this camera, and I'll see you soon. Ronke Poshe. Like a Hellcat.